Greetings, everybody.
Hey.
Jill and Rob here with a bit of a vacation vlog, excuse me. We figured we'd keep a bit of a diary of our adventure here, seeing as how Jill really can't remember if she's ever been to Pigeon Forge before, or Gatlinburg for that matter.
My parents said I have, and I have been to Gatlinburg just when it was cold.
Yeah. My family used to come here quite frequently whenever I was young, but I think it's been at least 15 years since I've been up here as well, so this is going to be a new thing for both of us, I believe. But had a bit of a tumultuous time getting up here. I think Jill could tell us more about that because she was the one who was actually witnessing all of it. I was the one who was gritting my teeth and clenching my fists on the steering wheel as we drove up I-40 last night.
I've lost 5 years of my life. I really thought we were going to meet our maker last night, but we made it.
That's partially my fault, by the way. The drive up here was a little bit, I shouldn't say a little bit, it was very stressful because of the fact that we left later in the day and traffic on a holiday like this is Labor Day weekend 2014.
Jill's birthday.
Jill's birthday weekend at that. It was very busy, a lot of people out on the roadway, a trip that was calculated in our GPS is taking like 4.5 hours, wound up taking about 6 or 7, would you say? Mm-hmm. And that was, of course, with us stopping for about 30 minutes to have some supper at Taco Bell. But the Taco Bell was probably the best thing about the drive up here, I would say.
It was good.
Taco Bell's cheap, but Taco Bell's good. So, but the thing that threw us off was that the route that we got presented with from Google Maps. I want to give you a different hand gesture here, Google Maps, right now, but I can't, for the sake of being kid-friendly on this particular broadcast, but it took us through a residential neighborhood, and I'm going to do air quotes on that residential neighborhood. It was a winding goat path of a road that was off of I-40.
Never, ever, ever take the exit to Hartford Road. Don't do it.
That's what it was, Hartford Road.
Don't do it. Ever.
Yeah. It will get you to Pigeon Forge from that part of the world, but you will encounter an area that looks like it's full of mountain men wielding pitchforks and random zombies.
The road is this wide.
Yeah.
This wide.
So when you're meandering through there and encountering crazy sharp curves where there are no, arrow signs saying curve ahead, and you're going, anything above 30 miles an hour, you're gonna feel like you're gonna run yourself into a ditch. So it's only by the grace of God that we're sitting right here able to record this right now. But yeah, so we're gonna definitely do a better job from here on out of taking a look at what path we take. Because we did do this trip kind of haphazardly. We didn't really have a plan to come up here other than a couple days ago. We just really needed some rest and relaxation, and the long weekend presented us with an opportunity for that. We have no idea what we're going to be doing the next couple days other than going to the Hatfield and McCoy dinner show. Beyond that, we really just going to wing it.
We're going to play putt-putt.
We are going to play putt-putt. We're going to Gatlinburg. We're going to knock around here in Pigeon Forge and see what all's around here. This place has been described to both of us as more or less the Myrtle Beach of the Smoky Mountains, which it has the look of that already, and I remember it being kind of like that. But we're going to see how it goes here. And just make the best of it.
If anybody wants to overnight some Xanax to me and Dramamine, I'd love it.
And some cold beer. Cold beer. And maybe some Fireball whiskey. Yeah, that'd be great. But so far today, just to kind of
kid-friendly.
Oh well, I'm being kid-friendly. I'm not feeding it to the kids.
Only drink alcohol if you're 21 years old or older, and you have a designated driver.
Correct. And we're going to a moonshine distillery here at some point on this trip, so she'll be the DD. Because I don't know if she can handle a moonshine or not.
Not even going to try it.
So far today, we've had a pretty basic day. It's about, so getting on towards 10 o'clock here now. We slept in, and then we went and had some breakfast at the breakfast bar here. We're staying at the luxurious Ramada Inn South here in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. Very old hotel, but a lot of the hotels here are very old. That's not to say it's not comfortable though. TV works, shower works, toilet works, so we got air conditioning and 2 comfortable beds. So That's all you need.
We did look at cabins, but there was nothing open for this weekend. So those of you who recommended the cabins, we will come back because they looked beautiful.
A lot of really nice accommodations up here. For a holiday weekend, they're also very expensive. It's always pretty remarkable to me to see a room that goes from about $45 or $50 a night on a normal weekday to suddenly being $100 a night on a holiday weekend. Same room, but because of demand, it goes through the roof. But this morning we had our continental breakfast, which right now I'm sitting on a gut full of dough and a banana, because we had biscuits and gravy, which biscuits and gravy were good, and a couple of Danishes and a banana, like I mentioned there, like you had.
And a biscuit.
A biscuit. So, yeah.
Real quick, before we sign off, making my daddy proud. Go Tigers!
What do I want to do?
See you later.
Jill's giving you a bit of a tour of the countryside as we're driving back from the Forbidden Caverns in Seaverville County, Tennessee. We went on about an hour-long tour there at the caverns. Had a good time with that there. It was a fun experience. Jill, I don't think had ever been to a set of caverns before. I've been to that one a long time ago, though. It's good to see it again. One thing I noticed pretty much immediately is that the areas where they tell you to watch your head, I was suddenly made aware that I'm a lot taller than I used to be by the fact that I almost hit my head a number of times, but did not actually get an injury, so that's great. But the caverns were fantastic, beautiful formations inside. It's really amazing to see the natural beauty of something like that. It was about $13 a person, so $26 for the two of us. We did have a coupon though, so if you come up here, grab yourself a monster book and get some deals there. Very cool in there, about 58 degrees. The water temperature of the streams is about 54. It's all like that all year long. Definitely something I'd recommend coming to check out. It was not very busy. The tour group we had was about 30 people, but even so, Had a very thorough tour guide. His name was Mason. Jill threatened to throw him into one of the water hazards because he made a comment about our Clemson shirt, which I gather he's a Tennessee Vols fan, so that's where that comes from. But anyway, we've had a fun day here so far. We have been around to some of the shops along the Parkway in Pigeon Forge. We went to the Old Mill District and had a really good time just wandering around there. Got to see a lot of variety in terms of the offerings they have. Went to the Old Forge Distillery as well. Was able to sample some of their product, and I will say that I did purchase a jar of chocolate moonshine. Yes, chocolate moonshine. It tastes just like chocolate, which kind of blows my mind that they can take corn whiskey and make it taste like chocolate. But probably the highlight of the day, other than the caverns, was our meal at the Old Mill restaurant. Wow. Cannot say much more than that about that place there. For $10.50 each, Jill and I had a huge meal. They start you off with your own little cup of corn chowder and some corn fritters that are served with a amazing little maple butter that just really blows them away in terms of the flavor. Corn chowder was great, but the main course was awesome. And Jill had what did you have, baby?
Catfish. Fried catfish.
Catfish fillets, and what else came with it?
Slaw, mashed potatoes, and green beans.
And some hush puppies too.
And a hush puppy.
Which we had a little bit of a debate about the fact that the corn fritter and the hush puppy may or may not be the same thing, but
They're not.
we'll call them cousins and all that. But the food there was great. She had the catfish, like she mentioned. I had the turkey and dressing, which it was a gigantic portion. Cannot believe for $10.50 they give you that much food, because realistically, if you went to another restaurant that served that type of stuff, at Cracker Barrel or whatever, you would be paying at least that much, if not $5 or $10 more. So it was a great experience. Food was fantastic. Very modest in terms of cost, and we went in close to 1 o'clock and were able to more or less go straight to a table. We did not have to wait very long at all, less than 5 minutes, I would say. Could not say a bad thing about it. Wait service was fantastic. Food was great, so definitely recommend going there. Right now we are back into our wait and see mode in terms of what we're going to do next. I think we're going to go down the Parkway here and see if we can find some more shops that we're interested in touring, or we might just ride around for a little bit and see what we can find. But that's update number 2 for our vlog about our trip to Pigeon Forge, Tennessee.
Good morning, everybody. We are, wow, that looks a little blurry. We're on our way to the Applewood farmhouse for breakfast this morning. We have been told by lots of people that it's really, really yummy, and so that is where we're heading. After that, we're going to go into Gatlinburg for a little while, and then who knows what we'll get into there. But for now, we are going to go eat breakfast. It might get a little rainy today, but that's okay. We'll still have fun. So just kind of wanted to give you an update about our morning adventure, and we'll let you know how the food is. See you later.
I think we're ready, Mr. Mayor.
Are you sure, darling?
Oh, yes, sir.
Oh, ain't she cute? That little red dress.
What?
Nothing.
I wanna be a billionaire so bad. I got all the things I've never had. I wanna be on the cover of Forbes magazine. I'll be smiling next to Oprah and Wayne. Yeah.
I mean, please, Mr. Ball, push it in. I mean, push it again. I mean, working on my little best shit. Come on, Missy, you think it's full of heck. I mean, we're thinking about pushing tears in the red surface. I'll be in the whole tax bracket. We ain't be sitting down, but let me take a crack at it. I'll probably take whatever's left and just split it up so everyone I look at them and go all about it. But stop.
Break it down, Paul!
Open Gangnam Style.
Take up the time to look at me. You know the go down. Keep me hanging up for it. I am moving out the go down. Baby, I need to take a dig. Come on, open Gangnam Style. Open Gangnam Style. Open Gangnam
Well, folks, we're wrapping up our trip here to Pigeon Forge in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. We're on the way out of town here now, heading towards I-40. We're hopefully not going to be encountering the same level of frustration we did the other night on the way in, thanks to some shoddy directions provided by Google Maps.
We better not have to go through that again because your wife's nerves can't take it.
Jill has just she's just used some body lotion that's supposed to have a calming effect. So I was wondering if she was going to drink it or if she was going to smear it on her body. But regardless,
Hopefully it'll work.
we're very happy right now. We've had a good weekend. We've had a lot of opportunities to get out and see things and do things that we haven't done before, either as a couple or as individuals. Yesterday we went to Gatlinburg, walked around there for a while, and went to a lot of shops, sampled some more moonshine in my case. Some of the stuff really is quite good. Some of it also tastes like pure kerosene. So you just have to get a sense for what's available out there. But
The smell of yeast now is something that I don't want to smell ever again because that's all I've been smelling the past 2 days.
because the shops that we've been to, they're also production facilities. So they've got their big mash tanks full of corn, sugar, and yeast and all that good stuff there. So, but we went there to Gatlinburg, had a good time. Very crowded. This whole area right now is just stupendously crowded, as you might expect. This, of course, being Labor Day weekend. The other big thing that we did yesterday was we went over to the Hetfield and McCoy dinner show, which is a sort of a variety show type thing. It's got musicians and you got musicians, you've got dancers, cloggers, comedy thrown in there. Very fun show. And a great theater as well, because the layout is set up to where there really isn't a bad seat in the house. You get a huge meal served with it as well. You get a selection of things like fried chicken, pulled pork barbecue, mashed potatoes, corn on the cob, all kinds of good stuff there. And you can order more if you like as well, and it comes with the price of admission. It's in the same vein of like a Dixie Stampede or kind of the medieval times, and then it's a performance, and you also get a meal. But the meal, and I thought this was quite good, the meal is served before the show begins, so it's not as if you're trying to keep your head in the plate while the show is going on and you wind up feeling as though you missed some things. So I appreciated that a whole lot. But I think Jill had a real kick out of that whole thing there. I think she's got a good Labor Day weekend here, which is, of course, also signals the start of her birthday month, as she likes to refer to it.
Day one.
She tried to kick me out of bed this morning and get me to go buy some Krispy Kreme donuts and chocolate milk, but
I didn't get it.
she didn't get it. No, we instead we went to a Bojangles that was attached to a Pilot gas station in Pigeon Forge, and that was I shouldn't say it was an ordeal, but it was definitely we'll call it a multicultural experience, because the guy behind the counter was Russian. I think there might have been a lady who was serving the food who might have been from Haiti, and there were some Asian folks in the dining room there with us as well. So heard a lot of different accents, a lot of different people from a lot of various parts of the world there, which that's what the good old US of A is, the melting pot of the world. So that's how it should be. But we've seen a lot of different cultures here, period, this weekend. So it really speaks to the drawing power of this area. So, but like I said, we're on the way out. We're hopefully going to be hitting I-40 here in some short order.